Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is AllegedlyAverage. Welcome to the channel. We are today playing Rift Wizard 2, a sequel to Rift Wizard, a really fun roguelike that I enjoyed quite a bit, that I've played extensively, and I'm just now sinking my teeth into this one. I played it in the past, but it recently left early access without me noticing. So here we are trying it out, testing things and playing stuff. So this is a really good game. I like it quite a bit. Like I said, it's a roguelike. It's kind of an arena roguelike, so that means we'll essentially just be going into a room and we have to clear all the monsters to be able to go on to the next room. And we do it again and again until we get to the final boss. And there's a lot of cool things in this game, like a lot of cool spells and items and stuff, and even cool things that the first game didn't have. But we're not going to worry too much about that. Let's just get into it. So I'm going to do a normal game. This little icon here means I have beaten the game already. Like I said, I've played a little bit of this, but we're just going to hop in. Welcome back once again, wizard, to the ruins of the universe. Eons passed while you slumbered. You have slept-walked across many worlds. Weep for Avalon, O lonely old wizard. Love and beauty transmuted to chaos and ruin. Your beloved Avalon, and you, her loyal servant as well. Once a great wizard, your memories and magics have faded. Now a thirst for revenge awakens you. The dark wizard Mordred is nearby. Regain your power. Slay Mordred. Vengeance for Avalon. This is like literally all the preamble you're going to get for any kind of lore or anything for this game. This is the loop, you know. You beat Mordred, you restore order of beauty to Avalon, and then you go back to sleep, and the son of a gun keeps coming back and keeps undoing things. And it takes you again. So that's why you kind of start at level 1 every time, because you've been asleep for a very long time. But this is what I was talking about. So this is a rift or an arena, whatever you want to call it, and we have to kill these enemies. And there's always going to be some number of spawners that spawn these things, and we have to kill them using limited items. And of course, we are wizards, so of course we have spells to learn. And this is where the really cool part about Rift Wizard comes from, that I really like a lot of these. There's all these spells that do like these crazy things. You got your common fireball and your arcane your magic missile. Then you got like a moonglaive spell, and you got 4 pages of really interesting stuff that all can have upgrades that change it even further. And then of course you have skills, which you can learn as well using SP, which you can see up here in the corner. That modify these things further. So this game is like a lot of synergy and just really neat stuff. It's really fun. So what will our starting spell be? Let's take a look at what we're fighting. This is your kind of almost standard thing. We have just the simple goblins. But you see the right here, you'll see over on this side of the screen. You see we have a goblin. His HP is 7. It is a living enemy and it has a melee attack of 2 physical damage. And there's 4 of them on the map right now. And then of course we have this goblin spawner, 40 HP, summons a goblin in a 3 radius area around it, somewhere in there, every 7 turns. It is immobile and it is completely resistant to poison. So enemies can have resistances and eventually special moves of their own, which we'll see. But we need to decide what we're gonna do. You see we have 1 SP here. And this is like the SP cost of the spells. These are kind of like the types. You can see like the kind of schools of magic over here. You've got your standard fire, lightning, ice, nature, stuff like that. And this just kind of labels the spell. This kind of matters for like if you get upgrades that affect certain types of spells. But at the beginning of the game, you start with 1 SP, so you can get this kind of like basic. These are the cantrips of the game. These are your level 1 spells. You can tell the level is essentially determined by how much SP, spirit points, it costs, or I think that's what they're called. How much SP is. See, these level 2, these are level 2 spells, and level 3 spells, and so on and so forth, all the way up to level 9 spell. Oh my goodness, where you create a copy of yourself. But we're not anywhere near there yet. So we're gonna pick a spell here, and I like good old classic fireball start. On the right hand side you can kind of see there, gives you some information like the name, The tags are what kind of spell it is. It is a fire sorcery spell. It's at level 1 with a range of 8 with 18 charges. It essentially means we can cast this fireball 18 times before we need to drink a mana potion. And then it deals 9 damage in a 2-tile burst. And then it has some attributes. 9 damage, 2 radius. And then lists the upgrades. So I like this. It's classic for a reason, right? This game has a couple ways of operation, right? You can click to move, and it's turn-based. So that's what makes this a rogue-like. It's top-down, and everything is turn-based. You move, and then all the monsters move. So we can see up here, we have a spell listed, and this is our 18 charges. We can either click on it, or we can press like a hotkey. I like to press hotkeys, so I don't have to move my mouse back and forth. And look, this is me. I'm trying to cast my fireball now, and you can see the blue is where everything will get affected. And you can kind of just put it wherever you want. So these guys move 1 tile at a time. So they're going to take a little while to get to me. So the smart thing we should probably do is take out this spawner, because it's going to keep summoning enemies. Look at these nice little graphics. Oh, hang on. I need to probably turn this up a little bit. The music in this game is like kind of simple, but like really hypnotic, and I really enjoyed it a lot. It was the same with the first game, and the sound effects are really chunky, and I love it. So I want to turn those up a little bit. Look, we can get 2 for 1 here, and then there's a lot of things. There's a simple way to pass the turn. You can either hit the space bar or the 5 on your num key, and we'll just pass the turn and wait for this little goober to get into our range. Boom, he's dead. Okay, so there's something you can hear. These are the memory orbs. They give you 1 SP or XP if you want to, 1 experience points that you can use to level up spells. There's for anyone who tries to play this game, there's something you can do whenever all the enemies are cleared. You can just hit A and you'll auto explore, pick it all up, or you can click on stuff with your mouse, or use the arrow keys or numpad to move around as you would in any kind of roguelike. But now you see we have 2 SP, and now we can learn more spells. So how I like to play really every game is I like to play greedy as heck. So now that all the enemies are dead, so I'm not going to spin this just yet. Let's see what's going to happen, or see what we're dealing with. So now all the enemies dead, these rifts come online. These are essentially just doorways or portals to the next arena you'll have to go through, and you'll go through like 20 of these, and then you fight Mordred, and then you win the game. So there's information displayed whenever we hover over these. It shows on the right hand side here, shows the enemies you encounter and the items you can get. And you can always use page up, page down to like look at this stuff before you go into it. But you can also, if you move to it and click on it, it'll give you a preview, and you can kind of like Fortnite drop in wherever you want on the map. But you can see like this is the layout. These are the enemies. And look, here's the spawner. This guy's going to be spawning void bombs. There's 2 of them. And it's always something you have to think about when you're doing this stuff. So we have 3 options here. And there's sometimes some like different stuff. You can get items and a ruby heart, which increases your max HP. When you see my HP in the top left here is only 50. So not a lot. And then sometimes you'll have items, or even like consumables, or even like equipment, or in the case of this, free spells. Scrolls of spells, when you take them, give you an option of getting one of those spells listed. Anytime, like I said, you can, when you're hovering over anything, you can use page down to look at it. So like right now in the top left, I'm looking through the contents of here. So spells we can get for free here are Immolate, Gotia or Gosha, however you want to pronounce that, Offering, Life Drain, and Chaos Barrage. And if we use like the page down, I can kind of like take a look at what these spells do. I can look at their upgrades. Target takes 3 damage through fire damage for 8 turns. Damage increases by 3 for each turn. Lasts for 8 turns. So it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, then 24. So it gets up on the final turn, they'll take 24 damage, fire damage. Not too bad. And then of course these are some of the upgrades. We're not gonna look at that just yet. Gotia offering summon a Gotia, which appears to be based on the I really love this simple, but the sprite work is really nice. Like a floating goat head with severed. Looks like it's got some blood coming out the bottom. Gross. But it's a Gotia, and it's a little flying immobile head. You can see, whoops. You see as it's listed in there, it's a flying immobile head that teleports around and will charge enemies and deal some physical damage. When it dies, it does stuff, and you can see the resistances. What else we got? Life drain. Okay, it's like a drain spell. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Chaos barrage. Some fire 9 bolts of chaotic energy at random units in a cone. Each bolt randomly deals 6 fire, 6 lightning, or 6 physical damage. And it can target 9 random things. Okay, that's the most interesting of this. So the upgrades for this, you can gain 6 more targets, so it can go from targeting 9 to targeting 15. Each bolt also deals damage to adjacent enemies. Chaos barrage ignores allies and always uses the damage type the target resists least. Interesting. Oh yeah, and then of course we have over here in this one we have a box of wizard caps. So these are their equipment that you can wear, and they do these particular things. There's a load of equipment, there's a lot of different stuff, but these caps all kind of do this. Redeal 50% of ice damage dealt to enemies as fire damage. Redeal holy as ice. Redeal lightning as fire, and redeal poison as dark. So what that means is, so essentially if I dealt 4 ice damage, we'll keep it simple, 4 ice damage to an enemy with a spell, they would also take 2 fire damage as well. And all that stuff is modified by resistances. None of this is super interesting. So there's one thing you can always see in the bottom left here is you can always re-roll the rifts 1 time. Limit 1 use per level, and I want to do that. Let's try to find something a little bit more interesting. So we re-rolled the rifts, and let's take a look. Okay, so now we're looking at a potential pet shop with some exotic pets. A clay large worm ball. On death, splits into 2 versions, smaller version itself, and it looks like it regenerates 3 HP per turn twice. So essentially it's 6 HP. It's interesting that it's listed twice, but I think that's because worm balls have it by default, and the clay modifier also lets you do it. So that could be cool. So this, if we get going to this level, we'll have like this permanent companion with us every time we start a level. It can die, but it'll come back the next arena. Or we can get a ghostly giant spider. That has to be terrifying, right? This is a undead flying spider that applies poison and weaves webs and can blink all over the place. Pretty weak to ice and very weak to holy, but 100% resistant to physical and dark. Not too bad. What is this? A ghostly treant. Okay. This guy heals itself every 3 turns. 8 physical damage and very weak to holy. The thing about to remember this game is oh wow. Oh, it's all exotic pets. Our reroll gave us all exotic pets. Okay. Well, okay, let's take a look at this one. An infernal iron imp. Okay, a little flying guy that shoots a chaos ball that deals physical fire or lightning, and has just regular flies. Has really good resistances except to holy, and on death spawns 3 imps. So it replaces itself plus 2 more. Interesting. A metallic rotting zombie. Look at the resistances on that guy. 5 physical damage, removes 1 max HP from the target whenever it hits it, with a lot of HP. Interesting. Not too bad. And now we have a Fey giant spider. Okay, so we saw ghost giant spider. You're starting to see you have modifiers like Fey, ghostly, clay, metallic. Now we have a Fey one. This one is an arcane, and it has arcane resistance, and it gains a shield every 5 turns, up to a max of 2 shields. Shields essentially just completely negates all the damage from a singular hit, and it can blink away. Ugh. Blinking spiders, ghostly spiders, spooky. Happy October, everyone. Dating this video. Hope everyone is having a good October. So this one, let's see, exotic pet trinket, burning kobold. a little guy with a bow. He deals 1 physical damage at 10 range, and each turn deals 2 fire damage to enemy units in a 4-tile radius. And when he dies, he blows up and deals fire damage. An Infernal Cursed Cat. 43 HP, melee attack, reincarnates when killed. On death, spawn 3 imps. On death, deals 7 dark energies. Interesting. Okay. Frostspew Witch. A little witch on a broom, as you can see in the top right. Ice Ball. Summons a ghost. Okay. So, the important thing that this is how I generally pick where I want to go, and what I'm going to do is I look at the contents. I think efficiency is incredibly important for those just starting this game out, especially in the early game. You want to get like a lot of bang for your buck, especially if you're going to play greedy like I do, and I love playing greedy. So I think I want either this Infernal Cursed Cat or I want this Infernal Imp, because they give a lot of value and they replace themselves. So they can give me some... This guy's tanky. Cat reincarnates twice when it dies. And when it dies, it deals 7 dark energy to a random enemy 4 tiles away, and it spawns 3 imps. So less resistance is 5 turn cooldown. What's this guy's cooldown? Is it going to be the same? 5 turn cooldown. This guy probably stick around a lot longer, but this guy has the potential to give me 6 imps. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna go with the Infernal Cursed Cat because I want to know when this guy dies. It reincarnates once. I want to see if that essentially gives me 6 imps when it dies. Yeah, we'll take well, yeah, we'll go with it. We'll take the kitty. Okay, so this is the level. We got some ice lizards, very weak to fire, which, hey, what do you know? We have a fireball. We have mind maggots, gross. They deal 3 arcane damage on a hit. They drain a charge of a random spell, so they reduce the number of times you can cast a spell. And then of course we have the 2 spawners. This seems fine. So there's a couple things too when you play this game. There's a couple keys, and you can see all this information on how to play. If you hold down T, you can see like the areas that these enemies threaten. This is like there. See, like this guy he threatens this radius with his ice bolt. This is a melee enemy, and you can kind of see where it's safe to kind of drop. There's another thing you can do, like you can check like line of sight by holding L, which is, you know, just where they can see. So this is like can be pretty helpful, I think, to deciding where you want to drop safe. And I like to play greedy, like I said, so I'm not going to spend any of my SP right now. We're going to save that for when we really need it, because you can learn a spell at any time and it doesn't take a turn or anything. It's like instant and quote unquote free in terms of action cost. So I think I'm gonna just save my SP for now. I think I can handle this with my fireball. So I want to see. I think I want to drop right about here because my fireball has like a 9 radius or something. I think I'll be able to get. Oh, okay. So yeah, it did pretty well, I think. I'm gonna shoot here. See, these guys aren't threatening me yet. I have like what? 2 more turns before this guy can hit me, so I know I can keep blasting away here. Oh, that guy turned. I did notice that guy turned into a drone. He gained flying and a leap attack. That's the thing about these mind maggots. They can evolve on you. So no way I can get that efficiently. So we have to keep an eye on that. See, like, so this is what I'm talking about. This is traditional roguelike. So the enemies all take their turn after I take mine. And they all take their turn like kind of simultaneously, quote unquote, but I take my turn. So that was easy. And look, now we can get our little kitty. Yes. Look at it, so cute. Infernal Cursed Cat, friendly. Oh, who's a good kitty? You're a good kitty. So now it's going to disappear. Because as you move around, your friendly units like leave after some amount of time. They come back at the start of the next level. It's just to clear out clutter so you can actually explore and get all the stuff. Okay, so what are we dealing here? We got this rift has a void bomber, intuitive snake, and has an armor chest. A robe of fire. Fire spells and skills gain 25% damage. Tongue-tied there. And your fire spells and skills gain 25% minion damage. And that also gives me 50% resist fire and 25% resist ice. My tongue is getting tied. Blah. That's not too bad. I mean, that helps her fire. That could push us towards doing a fire build. And it helps us right now. We have fireball, and the second line doesn't really affect us because we don't have any fire spells and skills that have minion damage. Our exotic pet doesn't count for that, so that does nothing for a pet. And then we have robe of ice, which kind of does almost the same thing as a robe of fire. The tundra mantle. Ice spells and skills gain 2 max charges, so that means 2 more cost. I gain 75% resist ice. Each turn, soaked enemies in a 5-tile radius are frozen for 3 turns. So interesting. Okay. And that's that. And in there, not too bad, not too bad. Items. We could do a fire build. Fire builds are pretty good, and they're kind of fun. Let's take a look here. We can okay. Oh yeah, this is a easy peasy. So these guys have a melee attack, and on death they spawn 2 snakes. They're weak to fire, and they have 18 HP. So it takes 2 fireballs to kill them, and then they split into 2 snakes, which I think are 9 HP enemies. So this costs like essentially 3 fireballs to kill this guy. It's kind of costly. I have 2 starts here. I might have to get another fire spell. I have plenty. I could get another fire spell. We have void bombs. Void bombers. They're 1 HP enemies. They blow up on a 3x3 square, and they deal 12 arcane damage. And they cast that stuff on death. Probably going to need another fire spell, but maybe I can get in there. Or should I go ice? Should I go ice? What do we think? So you can hit the keys. These highlighted letters here show the key you can hit on your keyboard to like filter. You can also click with your mouse, but if you want to, you can hit I for ice, and it'll show you all the ice spells. So ice ball, freeze, ice ball, death chill, blizzard, storm burst. Wall of ice, chill wind. Let's do fire. I want to do fire. Fire's like big bombastic stuff. So pyrostatic pulse deals 16 fire damage to beam, 16 lightning damage to adjacent enemies, deals 12 arcane, melts the walls. We do like a classic fire build, and I think I want to get Flame Burst. Flame Burst is pretty dang fun in my opinion, and pretty flashy. So this is a level 4 spell that deals 40 damage in an 8-tile burst around the caster, and it has 6 charges. So it's got a pretty big AoE, and it deals a lot of damage pretty early. So I think I'm gonna grab this, and we now have 0. I could probably drop now, like right here, and I bet I can get both of these in one cast. Yeah, look at that. Oh, 50% resistant to fire. So my ally, there's friendly fire in this, unless there's something on the spell that says otherwise. But I'm going to deal fire damage in this. My cat is 50% resistant to fire, so I think it'll be okay. It'll only take 20 damage or so, and that's worth it for taking out these 2 spawners and that 1 random bomber up there. So yeah, we'll do that. So you can see he took, yeah, about 20 damage. This bomber blew up. The thing about bombers and stuff, typically they melt walls when they explode. Oftentimes it'll say, hey, that it does that, but not always. It's just kind of something you learn. Okay, let's get to, oh yeah, look at there. Look at there. Look at there, my cat's first kill. Oh, who's a good kitty? Who's such a good kitty? Oh, I wonder why you targeted the fire bomber, not the snake right in front of you. Interesting. I have no control over them. Oh, there's the 3 imps. It died. It reincarnated over there. Things are getting a little crowded over here. This guy's gonna die. He's gonna blow up. I'm gonna take 12 damage. Maybe I should try to get these guys to spawn their snakes before I do my flame burst, just so I can be as efficient as possible. Yeah, look at there. And then my crew, my posse is going to take out that spawner. Yeah. Go get him, boys. Easy. Press A to gather everything. Don't forget, you always have to click on this stuff. The auto gather that doesn't get these things, so you always have to click on them. So don't forget that. We're going to take the robe of fire, plain and simple. And so you see now 50 fire damage, 12 fire damage. Oh boy, we're sitting pretty. Is there another fire spell we want to get? Fan of Flames, classic, could be useful. It's good AoE. Deals fire, it'll deal 9 fire damage all units in a cone, and it can be channeled. Means if you just pass your turn after you cast it, it casts it again for 10 turns. Pretty efficient. And then it has upgrades. Getting to upgrading here soon. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do some classic stuff here. Well, no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna get that yet. Let's be efficient. Okay, so there are these items, the sorcerer's stuff. This sorcerer's stuff does, yeah, so you can see here, sorcery spells and skills gain 25% damage, or a flat 3 damage, or 1 range, or 4 minion duration. We can see that both my spells right now are sorceries, so they would get benefited from that, or a benefit from that. Oh, we have some staffs over here. What does this do? The Crackle Darkener. Whenever he takes dark damage, deal that much lightning damage up to 3 units in a 3-tile burst. Interesting. Well, I mean, I could always pivot. It's not a big deal to pivot, but I'm not really dealing dark damage right now. You deal half of all damage you deal with sorcery as arcane damage. Oh, that's a good one. So that's going to say all the damage we deal with our fireball and flame burst are going to be redealt as arcane damage. That's pretty nice. And the orb gives 25% damage. So I think we want the Spriggan Maker. What is that one? Whenever he dies, summon a Spriggan where it was, which is just a little wood boy that when dies transforms into a Spriggan bush and then can regrow back into a Spriggan. I think the Arcane Amplifier Staff is freaking probably your best pick here because resistances can get kind of dicey. You always need to be thinking about that stuff. So this is kind of an enclosed level. And look, you need to be careful. Look, this little spawner is trying to blend in, trying to hide from us. There's Spriggan spawner down here, and then we have a witch spawner up here. The witches, I think, are the more annoying enemies. Summon Ghost, which will be annoying, and they deal dark damage, but they are weak to fire, baby. And then we have this little goober here, this slime. Slimes can be problematic. Each turn, there's a coin flip chance to heal for 1 HP, and if it is already at full HP, it instead raises its max HP, and when it reaches 20 max HP, it splits into 2 slimes and then continues to do the thing. We can drop on this and get this immediately, but I don't think we really need to, and it kind of puts us in like a worse position. I'd rather... Oh, look, there's 2 spawners up here. Look, I almost missed this guy. Generally, there's always going to be 3 spawners after realm 3 and onward, and there's sometimes there will be 4, but you'll see that 4th one listed as an enemy. So I almost missed this guy. I think I want to start up here. This will give my fireball. I can like clean out stuff with my fireball. What is their range on their dark bolt? I can even like sit up here and do it to give me time. Yeah, let's do that. That's nice and easy. Cat. Okay, sometimes you have to do this kind of like fishing around where you don't hit your allies with fireball. So we don't want to do that. Go, kitty. Go, kitty. You're resistant to dark. You can do it. And I'll help out, of course. I will support. They can take care of that stuff, so I can be efficient here. Actually, I'm just going to help them. Just, go on. Go get them. The witches can fly, as you can see. They're on their little brooms. And these ghosts are summoned, and they have what appears to be... You can see right below them is 7 turns left. They will disappear in 7 turns. They deal 1 dark damage. We can get rid of them efficiently, so we might as well with 1 fireball. Easy. Look at that. We are clearing these guys. These Spriggans are made of wood. They're so weak to fire. Okay, my cat got taken down, but that's okay, because now we get our posse goes. Oh, look, we can't get to this spawn or anything through here, so we do have to take this way around. I don't even think I need to. I'll just let the crew take out. So right now I'm holding down the skip button or the pass turn button. I'm just gonna let my cat Oh, wait, actually, you know what? My cat appears to be losing. It's about to die. Okay, never mind. I did it. So you do get 6 imps, but man, that cat is squishy. That metallic imp would be like so much tankier. Okay, so now we're going to get this staff. All our sorcery spells will be redealt as arcane damage. Now, maybe we don't have to go just fire. I think we still will. But now any sorcery spell, and you can see here where it can list my equipment and my pet, my kitty. Now, are there any upgrades? Okay, so let's take a look. So we hit C to look at our character sheet, and we can take a look at the upgrades for Fireball by clicking on it. So for 5 SB, we can turn this into a Chaos Ball, which randomly deals physical, lightning, or fire damage. And essentially, it picks the type that the unit is least resistant to. Not bad. I think my favorite upgrade for this is Shape Blast. Fireball gains 1 radius for every 4 tiles away that you cast it, and never damages yourself or your allies. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. I can't even begin to tell you how nice that is. Then of course, Meteor, units in the center tile take extra physical damage and are stunned. And then Ash Ball, Fireball blinds and poisons units for 4 turns. You can only get one of these. You can only pick one. That's one of the major changes from Rift Wizard 1 to 2 is you can only get one upgrade. But most of the time they seem to be pretty like a little bit more impactful. In Rift Wizard 1, it was like, oh, better range, better radius, and then something like this. Flame Burst has, I can already go tell you that what we're going to get, but we could get Melting Walls, deals holy damage instead of fire, and shields allied units instead of damaging them. Let me tell you. What we're going to get was we're going to get Spreading Flame. Each cast of Flame Burst consumes all remaining charges, and for each charge consumed, Flame Burst deal gets +1 radius and +1 damage. Slain enemies create additional explosions with half radius and half damage. I'm going to tell you, this one's really fun. It's really cool. So we're probably going to save up. We don't have to get that right now, but that costs 7. We're probably going to save up. One thing that we can get now, which is always useful, is... Oop, not K, sorry. Let's do... Nope, not D either. Fire. Let's look at the fire skills. Whenever you cast a fire arcane spell, gain Star Scorch, deal 6 arcane damage during the line of sight. No. What we probably want Holy Judgment. So whenever an enemy takes fire damage, we deal that damage as holy. So with our staff, our Fireball would deal 12 damage to someone, then 12 fire damage, then 6 arcane damage, and 6 holy damage. And our Flame Burst would do the same, except with way more. So I think we want to get Fiery Judgment. Holy damage is a pretty good ability to get, or damage to deal. So let's take a look here. So what do we got? Let's take a look at the potential equipment first. So this is a staff, and you can only have your like equipment, like your staff, your dress, your hat, your robes, excuse me, and your boots. You can only have one of, but you can have any number of trinkets and exotic pets. As you see here, it says it will replace the arcane amplifier. Whenever you summon a unit with a spell skill, if it is summoned adjacent to yourself or another fleshbound unit, the summon gains a fleshbound modifier. Whenever one of your demon minions dies, it casts Annihilate. Don't have a demon. Whenever you step, you gain 1 shield. Pretty good. The Dynamo Staff, for every 40 damage dealt with lightning spells, cast Annihilate. We're not dealing lightning, although we could, but we're kind of leaning fire. And then, of course, that's the Annihilate spell. What do we got here? We have the Crystal Oculus, which is another staff. Whenever an enemy takes Ice Arcane, they get a debuff to the resistance. Yeah. Death Legion's banner. When it's summoned, if it's adjacent to a chasm. And nope. Crown of Bony Fingers. Help each turn one of your undead may instantly cast Touch of Death on a random enemy. Okay, wow. We cast an ice spell. They gain 6 damage, 6 turns. So nothing super interesting here. The silken sandals are pretty nice. It passively gives us shield as we walk. So what does this look like? Let's take a look in here. We got kobolds, 1 damage, 10 range. Look at what they threaten. They threaten quite a bit. We have boggarts, which are 6 little goobers that have 1 shield and a melee attack. And we have metallic mantises, 3 physical damage for a pounce, and they are 50% resistant to fire. So if we can calculate that, we'll deal 25 damage with a flame burst, but then we'll also then deal 12. I always round down. We'll deal 12 arcane damage. That's 37. So we can one-shot these metallic mantises with a flame burst. And it gets even better if we decide to drop, like, oh, what do we have here? Golems, kind of the same. It's even better if we drop on like an SP orb and we learn the fiery judgment immediately, because then now all our fire spells will deal holy damage as well. And I forget how that interacts with shields. Be even better if it kills these guys in one go, because these guys essentially take 2 spells to cast because they have the 1 shield, which completely negates all the damage they take. And this is for the silken sandals. This is what we'll be doing this for. Every time we walk, we gain 1 shield, which isn't bad. Or we can re-roll and see if we get something better. This is a pretty easy level. I feel like I could knock out... If I like dropped like right here, I'm almost positive I might even be able to get all the spawners, all 4 of these spawners. Wow, when I said there was 3, I guess I lied. I forgot. So there's actually 5 on this map. Good lord. For the kobolds and the boggarts. So this is 8 tile burst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think this gets everything. And in fact, if we wanted to be safe, we could even go like right here, and I'm pretty sure we'd still get that down there. But I want to make sure I definitely get that. Yeah, let's drop here. I think the silken sandals are good enough, and this level seems easy enough, and then it gives us survivability. Hopefully we don't immediately find better slippers that we want to replace them with. Yeah. So here, let's see. Okay, my calculations were a little off. Okay, I'm not the best at calculating where my spells will hit, but we can still get 2 here. We get 2 boggarts, or we get a boggart hit, and we get some enemies. Okay, so I forgot that I also hit my ding dang cat. So I'm getting pinged for 1 like non-stop, but there it's just 1 damage, so I'm not too worried. We do have some scary enemies coming in. What range do they threaten? I'm just gonna try and ignore. So one thing I forgot to mention, at the end of each level, you regain all your SP charges and you heal back to full. So I'm not super worried about tanking these little goobers. I think I'm just going to try to ignore them because it's just 1 damage. And now I want to flame burst to help take out the scary enemies, or the golems and the mantis. Maybe the boggarts, because... Okay, now I am getting kind of low. Well, I guess I can't ignore you any longer. Die! You pest! Okay. Alright, okay, now we're safe. And I think our imps will clean up that. We didn't have to use any items. That's all that matters. We didn't fumble the orb there. We will live to scry and ponder another day. And we're gonna take our new sandals. So now every time we walk, you can see up below my HP, I get a shield. That absorbs completely absorbs 1 hit, 1 instance of damage. So poison, you can have a maximum of 20 shields on you. So that's pretty good. Let's see what we got. The discs. So we always have these discs. What does disc do? This is radius. Ooh, that could be pretty good. Sorcery spells and skills gain radius. We have 7 SP now, by the way. So we could learn Flame Burst. I kind of... Do I want to get this? 1 more radius for our fire spells. Does seem nice. What are we dealing with here? Big open level. Blizzard Beast. Weak to fire. When damage creates 2 blizzard tiles. 2 blizzards up to 2 tiles away. Elf. with a shield, but no fire resistance. Mind maggots. And then finally we have this guy. This guy is scary. Oh, wow. Look at this. Okay. Fire wizard. 70 HP, summons a fire drake. Fire protection 12 turn, grants the caster allies 50% resistance to fire for 8 turns. Ooh. He is 100% resistant to fire. So as of right now, I deal no damage to him. Like I deal no damage to him. So we might not be able to do this. That I have 7 SP, so I could learn a non... I could learn... We're thinking if we want to stay fire. So we have some options. We have Blaze Rip, which deals 12 arcane and 12 fire. Melts walls. Pyrostatic Pulse, which deals 16 fire in a line and then 16 lightning on adjacent tiles. Deal 22 damage in a vertical line and 22 damage in a horizontal line. Into Holy. Melt. No, that wouldn't work. Pyrostatic Curse. Nope. Shrapnel Blast. Burning Idol. Call Seraph. Summon an angel. Combust Poison. Fiery Tormentor. Fire Drake. Whenever an enemy takes fire damage, the seal gains that many charges. Then when it expires, deals 1 damage to all enemies in the line of sight for every 5 charges it has. Siege Golems. Summon a crew of Siege Golems. They set up a cannon and try to work it. Volcanic Eruption. That's just fire. Pillar Fire. Fire. Searing Orb. Deals 3 in line of sight. Worm Eggs. Summon 4 Worm Eggs. Each worm will hatch to either fire and ice worm. Yeah, I think if we're trying to stick with our fire theme because of our fire robe. Well, I mean, we don't have to. We're also a soft sorcery build just because of our arcane amplifier. So we could get something like, we want something that doesn't, we deal all your, I mean, magic missile would double deal damage as arcane. Could get lightning bolt, 12 damage. And what are we doing this for? We want the extra radius on our fire spell, on our sorceress spells, I should say, actually. Yeah, so right now I'm filtering to show only the sorcery spells. We have some options here. Annihilate. Deals 16 fire, lightning, and physical damage to the target. And it'll redeal that half of that damage dealt as arcane. You know what? Let's just take this. This is 2. To be able to get the XP back, we need something to deal with this guy. He is not weak to... Yeah, let's get Annihilate. Let's get in here. We gotta take this guy out first. He's priority number 1. So I'm just gonna spawn my cat right on top of him, and we're just gonna start annihilating him. He's probably gonna cast... Oh, he didn't. Oh, yes, you fool! Oh, I'm getting bodied, though. Oh, my God, I didn't even realize. What's the range on these guys? Okay, so, like, I stand to take... Holy jeebus, 24 damage. I'm dead next... 20 more. I'm dead if I don't do anything. I didn't pay attention to that. I got in here. I got kind of rushed and worried about that guy that I kind of jumped into a bad position. Didn't think about it. You can see that there's nowhere safe I can go that isn't threatened by some enemy. I have some items, though. So now we have some consumables we can talk about. We have a teleporter, which teleports me anywhere on the map. That does consume my turn. And I have this item. A golem stuns each enemy unit for 10 turns. all the spawners are right here. These guys have shields. I just have to walk to gain. So, okay. So, I goofed up. I got a little greedy. Although I guess there was really no safe place. But, like, spawning down here was probably... I wanted to be close for Annihilate because it has a range of... It has a relatively small range. But spawning, like, down here probably would have been the better option. But we're just gonna stun all enemies on the map for 10 turns. You can kind of see they have this icon, and then you can see the bottom stun effects through 9. So now this will let me build up a little bit of resistance. How long is this guy? Is he here forever? He is here forever, and he has 100% resistance to fire. So I have to annihilate this guy too. Tedious. And my flame burst only hits there. My cat will live. He'll live through the flame burst. Look, now he's over there. He can go do good things, important things over there. Stunned for 2 more turns. So I should probably spend the turn trying to kill this guy. And then... Dang, I still take damage from that guy, but I need to kill this guy. Maybe I'm fine now, because now I'm going to gain more shields per... I move, I gain a shield. I have 8 shields, so I think I'm safe now. Silken Sandals coming in big help. So now I got to get up there. Right now I have 3 shields. Still can't really hit them. My cat is dead. I gotta get rid of these guys. These guys are the big threat. I don't really want to have to use another item, but I might have to because I goofed up. What's my... It'll take me a move up here, 1 turn to target that spot, and I might be able to hit both these guys. But then I will be in range of all 3 elves. I think, unfortunately, what I have to do is I have to teleport, like, right here. So I can look. This goes 1, 2. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I teleport, like, right here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can teleport here to be safe. I think I can get all the problematic enemies except you. She'll be able to hit me instantly. These guys outrange me currently. They outrange my fireball. They can go so far with that range. My goodness. I can get another spell. I have 5 SP. I'm not worried about damage. I'm worried about survivability. Because if I go here or here, I'm pretty sure I'm getting these 4 elves. So it's like really this one is the immediate threat. He can... If I spawn here... The question is, do I kill this guy? I will take 6 damage. I have 21 HP. I think I can afford to tank that. We'll see. We will see. We will see. I think I'm going to do that. Wait. No, if I teleport here... Because I'm thinking about using a teleporter. If I teleport here, I think I instantly get hit. I absorb 3 hits. This guy has a melee. That guy can't hit me. So I'm going to take 4 hits. I will take 6 damage. I'll take 6 damage, and then I will be threatened by 4 wizards, which will kill me because I won't have any shields, and they have a shield. Okay, so we need to get something. We need something else. We have to get something else. We need something with some range because we need to be able to hit these guys. Are we just going to get like an arcane magic missile? Because I don't want to spend a bunch of SP. They are resistant to lightning and dark. Guys, we might have to get a backup spell. Magic missile has 12 range. Their spell has 12 range. So we'd be at the same range. And right now, I'm only being threatened by those two. This is part of it. Sometimes this is the what you have to think about. What do we do? How can we get out of this one? Chain lightning, that's lightning damage. They're resistant to it. Are there any good fire spells we can... Oh, that's dark. Any good fire spells we can use? Volcanic eruption. Range 10, that won't help. Range 10, ignore LOS. Pulsar. Aerostatic curse, nope. Blaze rip. I mean, do that. I think what I want to do is I think I want to get the range of 6. So, I mean, some healing would be useful, I suppose, but I think I can afford to just trade with these guys. Fireball can't reach. My flame burst can't reach. Yet, anyway. My flame burst can't reach yet. Oh, the problem is these guys have shields. Ooh, this is so nasty. Ooh, this is scary, guys. I have to hit each of these enemies twice. Hit each of them twice. Man, they are nasty. Think. I don't want to use any more items, but I guess I might have to. That doesn't even one-shot him. Oh my god, no! It doesn't even one-shot him, guys. Oh god, oh Jesus. This is bad. We need something else. We need something else. They're not weak to anything. So it takes 3 casts to kill them from Magic Missile? What the heck? It's a sorcery spell. Is it dealing... It should be dealing... Oh my goodness, you're right. Yeah, that doesn't kill him. That doesn't kill him. It doesn't kill them, boys. They live. Oh, we are in trouble. This might be it. Am I gonna have to get Basilisk armor? Give me time to kill these guys whenever I'm targeted with a spell. They become petrified for 3 turns. Be something. That would result in me just like tanking it, like drinking a healing potion. I goofed up for sure. Man, I goofed up, brother. Let me tell you. Fire of Angels. I mean, would give summons require 4 angelic singers. Would give them extra targets, so maybe the enemies don't target me. I have no way to guarantee that they don't. Lumbriogenesis, wormball stuff. Without looking at this, let's see. Let's just try to see if Basilisk armor saves our lives. So I gotta drink a health potion before I can even cast it, which hurts. But now, bam! They are stunned now for 1 turn. Oh my god, guys. This is bad. This is bad. I'm dead. I'm dead, guys. No! Yeah, wow. I did not expect... I guess the LOS, I got outranged. It doesn't seem like I can survive this because they outrange me and stuff. Yeah, well, holy Jeebus. Yeah, this guy will probably live. he can deal damage to me again. And I'm dead, right? Oh, I still live because I killed him. But it doesn't put me in exactly a good spot. But maybe right now, what range does he threaten? Oh, I still have a friend over here. I still have a man on the inside. I still have my Iron Imp. There, he's 100% resistant to lightning. 75% resistant to ice. I have to hold. I have to hold. So I could... Okay. I think now I have to use the teleporter key to move over here. I think my ration... Now I'm thinking I need to build up some shield moving around so I can tank the hits from these guys and petrify them when they hit me, which will give me time. I don't like it, but I think that's what I have to do, because now every time I step I gain a shield. I have 5 shields. I hit that guy. Nope, I need to go up one more. He's petrified for a turn, so I can afford to get rid of that guy. And now they're hitting me from so far away, man. The range is crazy. Be gone. I died. Ah! Okay. Well, hey, you know, so that's just sometimes how this game goes. But that is Rift Wizard in kind of a nutshell, you know, especially for me. Play greedy, make a mistake, fumble the orb, have to go back to Wizarding School 101. But yeah, I think that'll do it for today. This is a fun game. I recommend anyone try it out. There's even the first game if you want to try it. This game has a lot to offer, and I think it's really interesting. And this is like the end game screen whenever you die. It kind of shows your build. And then it kind of gives you like a snapshot of when you jumped in and what the level looked like when you won. So you can kind of see like, oh, look, we went here. It's kind of like a snapshot of your journey, and we killed that guy. The cat was a mistake. I think, I don't know if certainly wasn't the decision that ruined the run. The decision that ruined the run was not paying attention to those elves and getting outranged by all my spells. Maybe I should have went ahead and put the 7 points in Flame Burst. Didn't get to see it, but maybe you'll get to see it next time. But we were so confident, we were doing so well, and then we got here and we got absolutely bodied. Look, there's my body imploding or being charred from the lightning. But that does it for Rift Wizard 2. I'm definitely gonna be playing more of this game in the future. So if you want to see more of this, check back on my channel. And I love roguelites and roguelikes, so I hope to see you guys in the future. Don't forget to stay classy, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.